Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're looking at the LintEater. So what this will do is help clean out your laundry system because lint can accumulate and does pose a fire risk. So this helps clean that out. And so it's going to go in and break it up with the little brushes that come with it. And you can see how much is in here and how it breaks that up. And look how much comes out when you blow it out with a leaf blower. It also has attachments for using a shop vac, which is really nice. And look at how much came out of this when we sucked that out. That is a ton. Now, please refer to their instructions. There's several ways of doing this in different conditions, so make sure you read that thoroughly and not just take my advice. You will need a drill for this, as well as a leaf blower comes very much in handy, so I'll put links to those in the description, and a shop vac. You can't just use a regular vacuum. You want a shop vac that's built for sucking things like this up. Please use personal protective equipment like safety glasses, a dust mask, hearing protection. You will want to run the drill in forward always, so it's going clockwise. Otherwise, these rods can come apart. So the rods screw together, and so as you thread them together, tighten them up by hand, and then it even recommends putting some duct tape over it on the joint, and that will keep them from coming apart because you don't want these coming apart and getting stuck up in the ducts. So make sure that you do this. It does make it a little more difficult when you're going to a smaller size or a larger size, so just put on enough that it'll help it from keeping it apart. It also comes with this little attachment that goes into the face of the drill, and then that threads into the longer stick. So read the instructions here. It's telling you to keep it in clockwise motion or forward all the time for the drill so those don't come apart. It also does come with this breakup system here, which is a lot more heavy duty in case you were to come into like a bird's nest or something that really needed to be broken up. But I'd be careful using this one. You don't want to damage the ductwork. So it's in there if you need it. I didn't need it. And so just thread that in to the end here and then insert it into the drill. And now you are good to go. Just tighten it down. Make sure that it's on there good and tight. And when it's time to remove it, just loosen the chuck on the drill and remove it. It also comes with different kinds of brushes. This one's a little more thin and bendable. This is the one that's about the same diameter as the ductwork. And then it has a tool with a little screw on the end of it. So you really don't want this coming off inside the ductwork up in there. So definitely use the tool on this one to tighten that down so that doesn't come off. So this is the shop vac adapter. So you can put that over and run your shop vac through it. And it has a reducer so it fits your shop vac's wand. And this adapter is meant to go over the back of the dryer, so if you're using the brush coming towards the dryer, it would stop the brush from entering in and breaking your dryer. So that's something that just goes on so it wouldn't accidentally go through. All right, we're going to turn our drill down to halfway on its settings because we don't want full power. We're going to then turn the dryer on, and this is really important because you want to go outside and make sure you know where it is coming out. So you can find the exit that usually looks something like this, but put your hand over it because even in my case, we have two laundry systems in our home. This was not the one for the one I was working on. Sometimes it's also coming up out of the roof. So I was able to feel the breeze from the washer and dryer. Now, the instructions also have other instructions on what to do if you don't feel a breeze because it could be blocked or the washer and dryer might not be hooked up properly if the exhaust vent had come off. So make sure you read those instructions too. But now we know which one it is, so we can turn the dryer off and we can take the lint part out here and make sure that it's clean to begin with. And we like to vacuum down in here with this tool. I'll put the link in the description where this came from. This is attachment that just goes on your vacuum as well. And as you can see, it already sucked up a huge amount that's just down below the screen that's in your dryer. So we want the dryer to be clean so we're not clogging this up again right when we're done. Now ours is a stacker, so on the side we had to take off the two screws that would hold this safety tab in. So once we remove these from each side, then we can take this bar out and we can slide the dryer forward. So we just put a table down and slid it onto that. We then removed the 2 hose clamps for the exhaust vent here, and then just come through and pull those off. And you can see how much is in here. This one has about 9 years of use on it. So it did have some buildup. I wish I would have cleaned this sooner. Unplug the dryer as well while you're working here. And again, with that loosened, we can take this off. Now for the dryer side, you really do want to be careful. Look up in there first to make sure that it's a straight path and what you're breaking up isn't part of the machine. This one had a really long section where there was nothing in it but some tubing. So we went ahead and used our brush to kind of break that up, as you can see. But if yours is built different, you don't want to put the tool down in there too far. But we were able to break this up. And there was so much in here. It was amazing. But we even did it by hand just to make sure you're being gentle with it. But you can see how much this is breaking up and how much is stuck down in there. Next, we used our shop vac quite a bit because we wanted to vacuum out everything that we could. So this part was pretty simple. The adapter doesn't fit over this part because it's larger. So the adapter they give you is going to go to the other part that's exiting the home. But we vacuumed out the best that we could. And as you can see, it was looking a lot better. We still had a little work to do, but you can get most of the big chunks out. So next we're going to use our adapter. So there's a cap you remove so you can use the tool and the adapter at the same time. So we're going to pass this over one of our rods, and then we're going to thread on the brush part of it. And so again, you can put some tape on the end too. Now what I like to do is use the phone to look up and see where it's going so you know where you're trying to feed it. And so you can see the exhaust chute here. This one goes straight up, which is nice because a lot of the debris falls back down. But you feed this up in there and make sure you're going the right direction and that you're being gentle. Also look for nylon attachments. This was lucky because all of this was like the aluminum material. If it's nylon or something more delicate, be very careful that you're not tearing this up. But with that in there, we can now slide this adapter over that exhaust hookup here. And so as you can see, we have a reducer as well so that the shop vac end will fit in here properly. And so it fit in there just nice and snug that way. And we're able to then power the drill. Make sure again that you're only going in forward motion so it does not unscrew those sections of the adapter. Now, it did say to use pliers not to clamp onto this, but to be loose as a way to help hold this so that it doesn't burn your hand when you're running the drill and trying to guide it. With gloves on, I think you'll also be okay, but just be very careful. But you're supposed to go back and forth in your motion there. And we're going to go ahead and turn our vacuum on at this point. And so as we're breaking up all this debris, it's also sucking it back into the shop vac. So just go back and forth and before you're running the drill, you might want to run this by hand and make sure that you're not going past the outlet on the house. You might want to also have somebody go out and make sure you're not passing the outlet. And if you have the other system, then you may want to remove these little doors or tape them open. But again, you don't want to go so far that you break these with the tool adapter. So you want to make sure you're not so long on your extensions that it comes out. And so you notice this doesn't fit in here. If you're pushing this in the opposite way too, you'll have to disassemble those doors. Next, we're going to use a leaf blower to blow this out, and you don't want to do this coming into the house. You want this to be blowing out of the house. And so this is a high-powered one. You can see how much of this debris comes out of here. So it's best to use both methods, to suck it out with the shop vac and to blow it out with the leaf blower. With that said, it was starting to look pretty good in here, but it still needed some work. So we moved to the other brush, and so this one is a little bit wider in diameter, so just make sure you're using the proper one. And again, it comes with a little set screw, so you want to screw this on and don't lose this little screw. They give you 2 of them, but you want to make sure that's in there super tight, and what that's doing is clamping down on the end of it so that it doesn't come off as easily. And so we put that through there and began to run that one. Now that one was a little bit wider, so it helped break things up a lot better. But again, be careful that you're not putting too many extensions on and coming out the other side. And you may have to come from the roof side down if it doesn't reach all the way either. So you can be doing this from both sides of breaking it up. Then that's why the cap was on there, so that you could run the vacuum without the hole for the extension rods. So you can run these in either the direction towards the house or away. Just make sure you're using the proper shop vac adapter and the one that goes over the end of the dryer so you don't push it too far. But you do want to break this up the best you can. And even by hand like this is back into the dryer itself. This was a much bigger, perfect size for that one. And so that was helping with that. We just have to vacuum all that out as well. It's also a good time to vacuum out anything that's down in behind the dryer. A lot of that can get out, especially if you had a broken adapter going from the dryer to the wall. And this is the inside view of what this looks like as you're breaking this up. So it's making quite a mess that needs to be vacuumed out or blown out with the leaf blower. So you can see how much of this came out. You want this adapter to be clean or replaced, and check it for any damage or any missing pieces. So fully clean or replace any of the adapter parts that you can find, and also just look at your overall inspection when you're done to make sure it's all cleaned out with no blockages. You don't want to dislodge something and just have it trapped later down in the system. And so when you're done, you can plug your dryer back in. We can put our little piece back in place here and screw it down on each side so that this doesn't come down. And once that's tightened down, just remember to put everything back if you had to dismantle the back part to get the brush in coming from the front. So that is a little difficult. You don't want to break any of those. And just look at how much stuff you're getting out of here. That is a ton of stuff. So thanks for watching. Please check the video description for more videos like this. Also, please read the instructions thoroughly. I may have missed something, or there may be different techniques as well. I was just showing you some of the ones I was using today. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and check the video description for more videos that are similar to this. Thanks, guys.